Hello and welcome to another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. I'm Wayne Highlander, National Sales Manager for Bona Adhesives.
And I'm Rob Johnson from Bona Training.
How we doing, Rob?
I'm doing really good. How about yourself, Wayne?
I'm doing good, man. I can't believe we got this far into doing our podcast and we haven't talked about something that's going to, it might sound like, oh, big deal, but I think this is going to surprise some people. And it was an eye-opener to me even when I first started going through it. But I think we're going to talk about a couple of things today that are important. And one of them is TDS sheets. And also, I want to talk a little bit about the Bona website. Because I think people will be surprised how much information is in there and how to find information in there and use it as a tool in your business. There's a lot of good stuff there. So I think we're going to go with that, Rob.
Having us talk about computers and websites and stuff like that is almost like having us do how to keep your body in shape, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But let's give it a crack.
And I think that's almost even telling is that that's not something we used to do all the time. And when I was a floor guy, honestly, I hardly ever did. But when I went through ours recently, I went, holy smokes, man, there's a ton of information on there. I got to give the marketing department a lot of credit. They revamped it. They spent a lot of time on it. And I've said before
if you and I can navigate it, anybody can navigate it.
Yeah.
Because when we were talking about this, I started, jumping on there, really taking a look. I found some pretty cool stuff. And I found some stuff that I really think is going to help people a lot. I really do. And, we're always talking about make more money without having to do more square footage. Well, our website's going to show you some things that will do just that. But before we get going, I got to get this off my chest. What's your feeling of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I mean, it's all out of whack. There's people that are in there that no way they should be there. There's people that how could they possibly overlooked?
Yes. Thank you. I'm just blown away by who's in and who's not. Did you see who's nominated this year?
No.
All right, I'll read them off to you. Mary, I don't know if they've already voted on them, but here are the nominees. Mary J. Blige. I don't know if I've ever heard any of her stuff.
Yeah, I have, and no, she doesn't belong.
Okay. Kate Bush.
No.
Not really sure.
No.
Do you know who she is?
Yeah, I know who Kate Bush is and doesn't belong.
Okay. This one's a killer. Devo.
Now, I'm not a Devo fan by any stretch of the imagination, but if you look at what they brought to the music, I'd be willing to consider that, just because what they brought to the music at that time was completely different. It's hard to bring, you know what? This is why the 60s were so good. Because you had a West Coast sound. Nobody sounded like the Beach Boys before the Beach Boys came out, right? Nobody sounded like Creedence Clearwater Revival. There wasn't really anything that sounded quite like them. There was a lot of different sounds. Then later on, you've got the Laurel Canyon sound with all those guys. Then you talk about the grunge music in Seattle, which was whatever. But Devo brought something to the game that wasn't there before. And while I didn't like them, I would be willing to listen to an argument about their ability to be there.
Hall of Fame? Painter's overalls and Tupperware on their head is going to get them in the Hall of Fame? It's not the Hall of okay. It's not the Hall of good. That's why I'll fight anybody on certain Hall of Fame people, and not just music, sports too. Like, should this guy, and there's too many people that think it's the Hall of really good, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Devo in the Hall of Fame?
Well, you have to put it in context of who else is in there right now, and
Well,
who is in there?
and that's the other flip side, right? Kansas is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Freaking Kansas. Dust in the Wind. Are
They
you
don't.
kidding me? They're
No, man.
all
You can't.
musicians. I mean, unbelievable. They're not in the Hall of Fame.
You could argue that Kansas is dust in the wind. I mean, I get no, they don't belong in there, man. They didn't do enough. They didn't do enough.
Wow. I think if you've heard them in more than 10 movies, you should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
But
what about the part?
here's the other thing about things like that. There's a lot of opinions. Okay. Now, you and I could probably have a pretty good fight one way or the other of why Kansas. But I'm a little surprised that you can make a case for Devo, but not Kansas.
If you've done something unique and different that no one else has been doing, or you brought something to like you take like when punk rock came around with the Clash was at the time, and what's her name? I can't remember her name. Patty. It's gonna bug me. I can't remember her name. But if you brought something that was never, gosh, no. Oh man, she's like the godmother of in my eyes, she was the first iconic female.
Patti LaBelle.
No, God, no. We keep talking about Patti LaBelle. I'm talking about punk music.
You said Patti.
Yeah, but you said LaBelle. Patti LaBelle's a soul singer. She's got nothing to do with. She has nothing to do with punk music.
You don't have to get violent now.
I know, but
you don't have to get violent.
All right.
All right. Foo Fighters.
They're a pretty talented band, man.
You know what?
Yeah.
I could make a case for Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
The Go-Go's.
No.
Okay. I was leaning there because of the all girl thing, thinking like you were with Devo and knew, but all right. Iron Maiden.
Man.
So come on. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Iron Maiden. Without a doubt.
That 80s hair band, there's a lot of them, Rat and Poison and Iron Maiden, and I don't know, man. I have to think about it.
All right.
I'd have to see who else is in there.
Here we go. Jay-Z.
No.
Shaka Khan.
Damn, I love me some Shaka Khan, man, but no.
I do too, but if you had a Disco Hall of Fame, hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carole King.
No, that one hit doesn't get her in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, not by a long stretch.
This band I've completely never even heard of. It was the absolute first time I ever read these words. It's spelled F-E-L-A, and the second word is K-U-T-I. Fela Kuti. Fela Kuti.
Never heard of him.
No, right.
No.
LL Cool J.
God, no. And if that dude don't stop licking his lips, man, I mean, it drives me nuts because he knows it's a thing, man. That's just like, I mean, how can that be your thing? I'm not taking away the dude's talent, but he's not a rock and roll dude. This just killed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned. He's not a rock musician. Who?
That's what I said. New York Dolls.
No, that actually might be
Rage Against the Machine.
That's a talented group, man. I did like Rage Against the Machine, but I don't know if I put them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Call it the Music Hall of Fame. If you want to get everybody in musical, why they call it rock and roll?
Yeah.
Todd Rundgren.
I love Todd Rundgren, but again, I'd have to see who else from his era got in, but right now I'd say no.
Okay. Tina Turner.
I love Tina Turner, man. I put her in.
I'm surprised it took this long to get Tina Turner in.
Yeah. She definitely belongs.
She's amazing.
If there was a note,
what was that?
If there wasn't a Tina Turner, there would like 10 different acts that came after her would never be around. I mean, she changed the game. What's her name? Man, can't think
Patty?
of her name.
Patty LaBelle?
I'm gonna kill you with Patty LaBelle. Oh, I mean, Private Dancer. Come on.
That's her. That's Tina Turner.
That's okay. Yeah. The same one I'm thinking of. That she 100% belongs. Yeah.
You know what? I think Patty LaBelle did that song too.
Yeah, she probably did. She was with Ike for a long time. Was actually a great musician, but a horrible human being. I mean, a horrible human being. And she got away.
You ever see the movie?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, it's something. It's worth watching, man.
All right.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Yeah, Ike was a man. If half of what they did in that movie is true, holy crap!
Wow.
Not a nice man. And the last one of this year's class is Dionne Warwick.
This one of the best voices.
About exactly, but it's
Do you know your way to San Jose, or do you know the way to San Jose? She was a phenomenal talent.
Whoa. Do you know the way to San Jose?
She was mega talented, but not a Hall of Famer, and not a rock and roll Hall of Famer. I'd put her in another Hall of Fame.
How's that song go? Every day I wake up, get out of bed and put on my makeup. I say a little prayer for you, forever and ever.
That's it.
That's the song, baby.
Yep. All right, so let's get back before we lose absolutely everybody.
Everybody's turn. They thought the mic was. They thought they were listening to a hot mic.
Yeah. Let's do a hot mess. Okay, so let's go through talk about the TDS sheets, man. I think this is important.
All right. First, let me tell you how to get there. Very easy. And I did it one more time right before the show just to make sure that I was right. Okay, Wayne, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to Bona.com. Once you're on Bona.com, you're going to click on Professional.
Okay.
Once you're on Professional, you click on a section, because when you bring up Professional, you're going to see adhesives, sealers, stains, all sorts of stuff. Then whatever you want to look for, you click on that. Now let's say you want to do Traffic HD. You click on Traffic HD and scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a tab that says Documents. Click on Documents. On Documents, you'll see all the meat and potatoes that you'll ever need for that product. TDS sheets, cell sheets, safety data sheets, the SDS sheets. Remember they used to call them the MSDS sheets that you had to carry around your truck? Well, now they're the SDS sheets.
Yep.
Everything you need, any product that we have, that's as fast as you can click on and find all that stuff. How's that? Huh? Computer guy?
It's okay. We'll dive into a little bit more in a minute. But I'll tell you why this is important, TDS sheets. Because, I mean, there's marketing stuff out there too. We know the marketing stuff's important, and there's information in that. But there's a difference between the marketing a product and the TDS sheets on a product. I'll give you an example of what people say and what is actually real. In 1960s, Gillette came out with a new deodorant. It was an aerosol spray deodorant. It was a huge breakthrough in the industry, right? And when they did this, the commercials would be, they'd have a fireman, a big fireman putting out an inferno, right? Or they'd have, people, every commercial, so someone had their arms raised up, okay? And that was the marketing part of it, which, by the way, was BS, because they really wanted to try out a product about, does this really hold up? It's not the 200-pound fireman. It's a little slightly overweight 14-year-old ginger kid 2 minutes before his first kiss. And
Does this kid have a name? Or how about initial?
it might be a kid with initials WH.
Okay.
It had on a solid orange shirt. Don't ask me why. 8 inches around
Highlights the hair.
8 inches around both of my armpits were flooded wet. This stuff actually says anti-wetting whatever agent in it, like the most chemically strongest anti-wetting agent you can buy. 14 years old, and I mean both underarms are just soaking wet, like a big 8-inch ring around both of them. Because here I am, all the hormones of a 14-year-old kid, and I'm like 2 minutes away. I think this is going to be my first kiss, and I can smell right guard on me from a mile away. I mean, perhaps put it on a little bit too strong. But that's the test, man. It ain't the fireman putting out, an inferno. If you really want to test a product, that's the test. So that's marketing. And people market their products, but I think that White Bona is we're very transparent, man. So I'm going to go to that website here. You have, like you said, all the TDS sheets. So if you really want to drill down and know the product, and I'm going to go, if you can wonder, I'll break this down a little bit more. So you're on the Bona site, you go to the professional, there's tools and resources, okay? So I'm going to go through the tabs on tools and resources. There's training. If you click on training, it tells you all the schools that are coming up, okay? All the events that are coming up that are close to you or what have you. It has all the territory managers for your territory. Whatever territory you're in, all the managers are listed. All the regional training centers are listed on there, okay? So that's just on one of the tabs. That's under training. If I go down to territory manager, like I said, it tells you all these guys. It has the dates of the Santa Fe School, but then there's e-learning.
E-learning. What's e-learning, Wayne?
E-learning is there's videos that we did in-house on all different aspects of hardwood floors. The big machines, running machines, seal coats, all the ins and outs of the adhesives, floor care, all the tools, job site prep, oil modified finishes, natural oils, all the information on all the products. There's videos there on every single one of them. Then Todd Schutte, who's probably one of the longest employees at Bona right now, did a phenomenal job on that. So there's that. There's a ton of information right there. There's a lot of information about machine registration. So if you have a power drive, for instance, you can register your machine there. I think they give you a free a shirt or free jacket for doing it, just registering it. It's easy to do. A finish cost calculator. So you click on that and you can put in the dimensions of your room and everything, get all the information. That's a great resource right there.
Is that on e-learning?
That's under tools and resources.
Okay, but before you jump out of e-learning,
okay,
let's talk a little bit about e-learning. And
okay.
We're always talking at Bona, close the loop, right? One of the great things about the e-learning is, let's say you come to one of my schools and you get 3 days of, we are just dumping gallons of information all over you, correct? We give you the books and everything, and then you leave. And if you didn't take a lot of notes, and sometimes you're just too excited about something that you're learning or you're working on or you're doing at a class, that you really didn't write everything down that you might have. That's what I think where we talk about close the loop is by going to the school, doing it hands-on. Maybe you'll leave with 5 or 6 things that you can really remember, right? But now by having e-learning available to you, you can go back to any one of those courses. And the course, what they're teaching at e-learning is exactly what we teach in the school. There's no difference. So you can really take a deep dive in, go back and think, hey, what were they talking about when they were the craft oil, I happened to, skip out, I had a call or something like that. So by joining up e-learning and the training together, you can do training every single week now after you've come to one of the classes and done the hands-on stuff. So I think that's where e-learning is just such a valuable tool now to hook up with training.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. And let's say if you got new employees, you hired a new guy, and great way to train him up and get him to get a good overview of the industry, and he can learn a lot from that, or she can. So e-learning, they did a fantastic job. So a lot of videos there, great refresher course, as you said. If you go further down from there, on another tab under tools and resources, you've got the architectural master format with the specifications. So all the specifications, you can download the PDFs on all the finishes and sealers, all the adhesives, all that information is there, all the sports, all the paints and all that colors and stuff is there. That's on there as well. Go down further down from that, you got videos. Okay, click on videos. Ton of information here. You've got how-to videos and product videos. Okay, so you can toggle between the. Now I'm just going to click on how-to videos. All right, so right away, you got the Bona craft oil surface prep, application process, design methods, routine maintenance for athletic floors, replacing an arm on the Bona combi edge. I mean, all kinds. I'm not going to read them all, but all kinds. And also, you've got the entire chapter 1 of the sand and finish training class. You've got chapter 2 of sand. Really, it's a ton of detailed buffing and blending floors.
Do they put any pictures of me? Are there any pictures of me on those training?
I think if I go into videos, there'll be some there. You'll be happy to know.
Yeah. Not pictures of me. I got that face for radio.
Here's one I like, Rob. Dry fast stains and craft oil color blends. Okay, so click on that. Come down to I'll go dry fast color stain blends. There are a bunch of pictures of different stain colors. Of course, we have our ones, the usual ones out of the cans, but they'll show you some colors there. You say, let's say you're like, all right, I like this one here. Well, down below, it'll say to get to that color, you're going to need 1 part Sedona red and 1 part gray, 2 parts white and 1 part graphite to get these special custom colors. So any of these colors that you might, that's maybe a one-off, or you're trying to match something, it's a great resource to come in here and look at that. Going to back out. Same thing with our craft oil color, a lot of different color options. And then product videos, presentations. There's videos that goes over the different products and how-tos on the products, and all the application processes and everything. Too much information for me to go through. Really good stuff though. Let's see. We're gonna scroll down.
Did you get that
newsletters? Kiss? What's that?
Did you get that kiss?
Kiss?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Or that kid?
I did.
Kid. Did he get?
I did
get the kiss? I did. We're talking about this kid. He's about to get a kiss, and now everybody's hanging.
Yeah, actually, I did get the kiss, but when I think back, when I think back though, I wonder what the hell I was doing wearing that bright red or bright orange shirt, and then what kind of chick would go out with a dude wearing a bright orange shirt like that? It was must have been it.
What was her name?
Her first name was Julie. I can't remember her last name. Julie, not Judy is the one I married. But yep.
What was her name?
Julie, but I don't remember her last name.
Julie.
Where
was it? Where were you living?
In Michigan.
Yeah. How did you know you were going to get the kiss that day?
That's what the thing is. I didn't know. This was it, man. This was my whole world was on the line right there, man. I didn't know.
Well, you were just drenching yourself in right guard, hoping each day that it was going to happen.
I am nothing if not prepared. Absolutely right. Yep. And the early days of using deodorants, as a kid, you don't know how much to put on, you know what I mean? And knowing that this was going to be the time that, at least I'm hoping, I probably went a little bit overboard.
What about
All
high
right.
karate? Did you get high karate?
Never did the high karate.
I
No.
got high karate for Christmas and probably went through the first bottle in about 3 weeks.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
thing is, when you're growing up and you first starting to have to use deodorant as a kid, you don't know that until you find out usually the hard way. Because when you're a kid, you're sweating. You don't, little kids don't use deodorant. It's usually sometime later on when maybe someone should have told you. And then and then I knew not to wear shirts like that. You think my mom would have said, "Hey, you know what? You're about that age now. You should probably start wearing deodorant, or maybe you don't want to wear that type of shirt."
I
But
want you to put a navy blue shirt on. Right.
yeah, navy blue. What? All right.
TDS sheet.
All right. So there's also an order spare parts. So it has all the machines listed here. Every machine, every Bona machine you have, no matter what the year is, going back years and years and years. It has an exploded view of all the parts. Great downloads, all kinds of different stuff on the machines. All the machines are listed here. Okay, so from there, we got newsletters. You can go down to our newsletter section. Anything, the new stuff that's going on, all the newsletters are in there. Articles are in there. Presentations. I mean, really good stuff. But Rob, let's maybe talk about the TDS sheets.
Please,
and
God.
what information might be in the TDS sheets.
Nobody's looking over your shoulder looking at what you're looking at. We're all just listening to you blast through it.
How else am I supposed to go through and explain the website if I'm not looking at the website going on the different tabs?
I get it. I'm just thinking we don't want to go too long on it.
Oh, yeah, we do, actually.
I want to go if you were listening.
I am doing a brilliant job of explaining as quickly as I can the website you have lit. I'm going through every little tab, explaining what the tabs are all about.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
I'm sorry that the listeners had to see us air our dirty laundry right there.
Yeah. I'm going to get 100 emails saying, thank you, Rob. You're right.
All right. So now why don't you go through the TDS?
You'll get 200 emails saying, why do you do it with Rob? Get somebody else.
I think probably maybe closer to 300.
Nice.
Yeah.
There are so many facts on the TDS sheet. And, helping out on the phone since the COVID thing, I get a lot of these questions, and it's just amazing how much information you're going to get off of the TDS sheets. Coverage rates, dry times, green guard certification, cure rates, full cure, 24 hours, color, clarity, slip coefficients.
Did I mention
that was on there? Slip coefficients is on there.
Did I mention lifetime support on that tab on the website?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's on there too, Rob.
Support. Is it lifetime from you personally or just Bona in general?
I endorse it.
Odor, shelf life, your gloss levels, recommended uses. This is a big one. System recommendations. I get lots and lots and lots of calls. People aren't using sealers. If you read all of our top coats, the water-based top coats, even the oil-based, we recommend using sealers. Check it out on the TDS. Tells you sanding sequence, mixing instructions, what applicators, heat, humidity, intercoat abrasion techniques, recoating, move-in recommendations. When can you put the rugs back? When can you put the furniture back? When can I walk on it? All of that is on that tech data sheet.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep for a minute.
That's okay. That's fine. But remember, that's on the documents. Hit the documents tab. Once you bring up a product, scroll down to the documents and you'll see TDS, SCS, SDS, and you'll also see the sell sheets. Now, what's on the SDS? This is the stuff that you need in your truck, or I think you can even have it on your phone now if there's an issue. Health, flammability, hazard reactions, disposal, state guidelines, protection. That's everything that's going to be on your safety data sheets. But this is the best one, I thought. I mean, yep, there's some great information on the TDS sheets. Go to the sales sheet. Wayne's going to like this one. So I started messing around on the sell sheets. I was on the sell sheet, or no, actually, this one came from the TDS sheet. Wayne, I think this is one of the best marketing pieces for the R540.
Okay.
That graph.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that graph to everybody, because I learned so much just from this.
Yeah. So, I mean, it talks about spread rates, how many coats, whether you're using the proper roller cover to apply the product, the dry times, all that kind of stuff. Everything's listed on there. And if for whatever situation you run across substrate, everything you want to know about the product is boom, go right there, and you got it all right there laid out for you. So the marketing did a great job on those.
Amazing. I'll tell you what else marketing did a great job too. When you're on that sell sheet tab, okay, you can print them out. So I printed out a couple. It's just that easy. They're printable. Hit print. You get things like this, okay? This is what's going to make you more money per foot. These sell sheets that are really geared towards the homeowner. You see the happy picture? See those happy people? That's why you and I, Wayne, they didn't use you and I in that picture. They wanted happy, friendly people, okay? That bring joy to people. These sheets are amazing. And this is what I've been telling everybody in the classes. We're trying to make more money per foot. Leaving things like this behind to the homeowner is definitely the way to do it. Especially when two other guys coming in giving estimates are not leaving these type of pieces of material behind. That was the one for HD. Look at this Mega 1. Look at this. If that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, look at that. Huh? Is that beautiful? Look at that.
That is beautiful.
The sander is so friendly. Even the dog likes him. So teasing you a little bit about going through the website and everything. I was doing the same exact thing. There's a lot of great stuff on there. Good information, but there's also some good things that you can use for selling.
Well, and also to give a nod to our marketing department, how passionate they are about this, where they can make it user friendly for the contractor to go in and find what he needs, print it off right there, or get the information. And the TDS sheets also has all the detailed instructions about dry times, anything you'd want to know about the product, the viscosity, all these type of things are all listed there. Super easy, friendly to navigate through, and they did a good job on that. And I like listening to them when we have our sales meetings, because as we get excited about floors and stuff like this is their world. They get excited about whenever they can do something they think may help a contractor down the road. So a lot of good information on there, super easy to navigate, and I just thought we should talk about a little bit, because I think people will be surprised how much information is in there. How many videos, and actually the entire school is there, like Rob said. The e-learning, I mean, there's a tremendous amount of information there. So this has been another episode of On the Floors with Wayne and Rob. Rob, you got any parting shots, Rob?
Just thank you so much for all that computer stuff, Wayne. That was great. But
Do what I can, Rob.
You making it look so easy, everybody's going to jump on there and do it.
There you go.
Do want to give a couple of shout outs before we end the show. Talked to a guy, Michael Ritchie of Champion Wood Floors. Do you know him? He used to be in your territories, Little Rock, Arkansas.
Damn good floor contractor in Arkansas. Yep, he's a stud.
I talked to him today. He's going to be doing some mixing of the white paint and the intense seal and everything. So we were just going over how to do it. And another guy, he said, wait, is this Rob from the show? And I go, yeah. And he goes, love the show. He goes, I'm listening to the show and I'm running the drum. And if one of the guys sees me laughing, he walks over and says, you listen to the Bona podcast? He goes, yeah. He goes, I know you guys are supposed to be a hardwood floor show, but sometimes I think you're more of a comedy show. And he also wanted to give out his tough guy. He thought that we definitely should have mentioned Claude Van Damme for the tough guy.
Damn it. That's a good, the French.
Yeah.
The French guy. Yep, he was martial arts dude. Yeah, he was the real deal.
Yes.
Good call. Yep.
Yep.
I'll tell you who else is the real deal. Mike Ritchie's the real deal. Have you ever seen any of his work online and stuff? Super good floor man. So thank you for listening to the podcast. Really appreciate that very much, man. Thank you for that.
And I got one more shout out because this one I just, we get a lot of guys calling us and sending us emails and everything. And, I know you and I can really get on each other. But guy's name is Dave Gamrot from Next Level Hardwood. And he had called one of the same things, called on a tech line. Was this Rob from the show? Yeah. He goes, the show is great, he said. Show's funny and informative. He said, but the thing that I love most about the show is when you're having guests on and you and Wayne are telling stories and everything. He said, you guys have reinvigorated my passion for the wood floor business. And, we get a lot of compliments, but that one was that was a great one, I thought. I really liked that one. So just wanted to give Dave a shout out.
Well, that to me is about the highest compliment you can get. That's very cool. Sometimes I put myself in the shoes of a guy out doing floors and listen to the podcast, and you hope that's the case. I mean, listen, we've done 90 of these now. It's tough to do a new subject every week. So we have to mix it up a little bit and fool around, and we can't be all products all the time and stuff. So hey, man, that means a lot. Thank you for saying that. That's very important to us. So thank you. So I didn't get any letters like that, Rob. Maybe I'm not approachable.
They're not letters. They're just things that guys are telling me when I'm talking to them on the phone.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You gonna end the show, or are we just gonna?
Yeah.
Why don't we go back to a couple of tabs? Let's go back to.
I feel like you want to apologize to me, but you're embarrassed to. It's okay. I accept.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Hey, Rob. Great to see you again, man. And glad to see you getting out on the road again. I know Jeremiah is getting the regional training center in Nashville ready. I know the boys are all getting the panels done up again. Brian Rathbun in Colorado has put together a nice herringbone panel for the schools. So guys are getting excited again. The country's opened up. Texas has opened up. And by the way, does anybody, I heard the NWFA is having their convention in July now in Florida. Orlando. So we're going to Orlando. Yeah. So keep that in mind, floor guys. I mean, I love getting together with floor guys for them conventions, man. So anybody that's going down to the NWFA convention in Florida, it'd be great to see them, and put that on your radar screen. And other than that, this has been another episode of On the Floor with Wayne and Rob. Please stay tuned for another episode.